Hello, everybody. I'm Cassandra Quick. I am here to do a free masterclass for you, a 30-minute masterclass. And I'm so excited to have you here with me today as we are really going through can go through a challenging time with the uncertainty and change that's happening in all of our worlds. And so this is just a human condition. It's a human experience that we are going through this together. And I am taking this opportunity to provide you a way to unite with other moms who are going through the same exact thing. So what I want you to do is I want you to be able to be in a place to listen to this training, be in a place to listen to what I am suggesting to you and offering to you for support, and really for you to know that I'm coming from a place of love and lots of integrity. This training is absolutely free, and I'm not selling anything. So I'm just informing you about things that can help you, because I am really coming from a place of integrity and love and just wanting to help during this time. So this is part of just who I am as a person. It's just part of my world. It's part of who I am. It's part of, how I show up for people in my psychotherapy practice, as a coach, as a mom, as a friend, as a daughter, as a sister. So I am here for all of you now and after this training. So this training itself is on mindful mindset and self-love for moms during COVID. And there is so much change going on that I want to make sure that there are certain things that you're remembering during this time, and that you're not losing track of the fact that we are all in this together. All of us are experiencing change to some extent. Our lives have drastically changed in the last week. All of our lives, whether you're sick or not, whether you are home with your children or not, whether you have had to adjust to quarantine or not, all of our conditions, all of our experiences are different, but we're all united together to figure this out, right? So thank you for joining me today. I am Cassandra Quick. I am a psychotherapist and certified life coach. I own a business, Beautiful Transformations Life Coaching. I operate a Facebook group, Beautiful Transformations Tribe, for moms who have experienced trauma. I'm a coach for moms who have experienced trauma. I teach them my Illuminate Blueprint, which helps them redesign their lives using mindful mindset, self-love, trauma empowerment, and manifesting. And so what you're going to learn about today is a little bit of a glimpse into the mindful mindset and self-love piece of what I teach. And what really is super powerful is that there are going to be some extra, amazing things happening next week that I want to share with you. And I literally almost get emotional thinking about it. And I'm gonna just be with my emotions right now, and I'm sensing just this complete desire and passion to share what I know has worked for myself and for my clients, hundreds of clients that I've worked with. I have put in, I calculated it last year sometime, close to 20,000 hours helping people over the 16 years that I've been in practice as a psychotherapist, and in the last couple of years as a coach. So I've been there. I get it. I'm a mom who's experienced trauma myself. I'm the mother to a teenager. Her birthday's next week. So, it's been this crazy time, right? And I just want to tell you, I have these strategies to give you, but I'm human. We are all human. We're going through this difficult time together and navigating it and figuring it out. But now's the time for us all to unite together and to help each other. And what a beautiful time for the planet. Think of it that way. Think of how beautiful of a time can this be to initiate change that is long lasting and sustainable. So here we go. Okay, let's dive into it. let's dive into it. And I just want to let you know, as you're joining, as you're watching, if you want to reach out to me after this training and you want access to the self-love guide, if you're part of my group, the self-love guide, the mini challenge is available in the unit section. So you would be able to go there and get it for free. You don't have to give me your email again. For those of you who have joined my group in the last couple weeks, your email was required. For those of you who have been part of my group before and are not on my email list and you want to be, the link to the free guide is actually in the group chat. So you will be able to get that afterwards. So if for some reason there's technical difficulties with that or whatever, reach out to me, please, and I will just get it to you for free. If you want to be on my email list, there is a link for you in the chat. So as we go on, as you're watching, as you're joining me, please know that you will have the ability to ask me questions, and just pop the question in there. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to be paying attention to it now. I'm not going to be paying attention to who comes into this live. Because I'm just focused on training and getting you the information in a very short amount of time, okay? So with that said, the other thing that I wanna say in the chat section, I've posted a link to Calm.com's blog about different resources. There are free resources out there for COVID specifically. So I pay every month $15 a month to access that app. And what they've done is they put together some very specific trainings and resources for free for anybody on the planet. And as a subscriber, I'm able to share that with you. And I, deeply, deeply want you to be able to have the resources that you can have to help you be able to be a good mom for your kids during this time. Okay. And let me just tell you, you're a good mom if you lose your shit. You're a good mom if you debrief after losing your shit. You're a good mom if you just make mistakes during this time. So just remember that we are all learning what to do. We're all like making different choices in our lives that we have not had to make before, but it's also bringing to light the things that we have not implemented in our lives that can help us, that are just, they're there. The resources are right there for you, but our lives get so busy, right? That's a word. It's like a swear word. I tell my psychotherapy patients and coaching clients, like, that is a naughty word. You are not allowed to use that word, because busy means you prioritize other things. Now is the time to start focusing on you, prioritizing you, so you can show up for your kids, especially now. So, and that's a message I'm going to be sending in my masterclass next week. So show up then, and I'm going to say the same thing to you. I'm just going to keep saying it over and over and over, because it's true. And I have noticed that I started to slip a little bit in self-care, self-love, and my daily practice, my daily routine, because I'm wanting to like show up and be present for people. But guess who needs to show up first to be able to be there for people through this crisis? And I have still gone to work. I have currently, I'm working at a local hospital system, and that local hospital system has not currently shut down, but could in the future. We may be going to telehealth. I'm only with them until May 28th at this point. So I'm transitioning into coaching full-time and operating my nonprofit business, which helps single moms who've experienced trauma. So that's a huge change in my life, a huge positive change in my life. But in the meantime, we're going through this huge transition into telehealth, which is very interesting. And I'm actually pretty grateful to be part of this process, to be able to, be there for my coworkers and to support my boss, who is a friend of mine. She's been a friend of mine for a very, very long time, and is dealing with a lot of craziness. So it's definitely difficult, and you learn about the red tape behind mental health services and people getting access to these things. So that's why I'm going into the coaching business full time, guys, because I get to decide. I get to practice with integrity and practice science-based skills in coaching just as well as, you know, in my psychotherapy practice. I've not changed anything when it comes to that, but I show up, and I'm able to control those circumstances. I'm able to see my clients. In fact, I've got a 2 o'clock client today. I wasn't able to see her on Saturday because of some difficulties that were going on in my family. And so, you know, that's just part of the process, like knowing where to set your boundaries, right? And knowing when to speak up for yourself, and knowing when to just say, nope, everybody else, you know, as much as I love you, things just have to wait sometimes so that you can be there for yourself and for your family. So here I am. So let's go. Let's talk about mindful mindset and self-love. So as moms, we are really inundated by information right now. New information, new routines, new ways of being, new thoughts, new emotions. And so this could be a very triggering time for people who have been through trauma. So those of you who are in my group who are watching, moms who are not, if you've experienced trauma, join my group. That link is in the group chat. Message me, let me know if you need a link. And so I am so mindful of the fact that this is a very trying time and very difficult. And, you know, this is why I'm here. Okay. So the first thing that I want to talk about is self-compassion. And so self-compassion is incredibly, incredibly important during this time and through this journey. And so I'm just remembering that I want to talk a little bit about an expert, what she defines self-compassion as here. All the way down in the bottom. So this was one thing I forgot to do as I like redid this this training. I had to redo the training because the first training I had technical difficulties. So I had everything lined up, and then this part I did not remember. So here we go. So Dr. Kristin Neff is the leading expert on self-compassion. She defines self-compassion as mindfulness, common humanity, and self-kindness. Oh, like how fitting is that right now? How fitting is that right now for us to have self-compassion during moments of mistakes and lack of knowing information and not really like having the ability to show up for our kids 100% of the time during this time, right? So the one thought pattern that I want you to work on now and forever is self-compassion. And so that's part of self-love. It's part of the mindset of taking care of you so that you can show up for your kids and show up for your friends, coworkers, and family members. We are giving people, we are nurturing people. This is what we are, right? And for some of us who have been through trauma, some of that is gone. Some of that is reduced and diminished because trauma teaches us to be very, like, you know, closed off emotionally. And so connecting to self-love through meditation is very, very important. And so I want to guide you on a self-compassion meditation. So let's do that together. You can go back to this in your training. You can keep the training and just like redo this meditation if you'd like to at some point. If you work with me, if you're in my group, you'll get this for free. This specifically was designed, I redid this meditation. I offered it about 6 months ago in a group that I'm in. It was live, and I've modified it for specifically the trying times that we're in. So I'd like you to get in a space, and you can Obviously, if you're not in a space to do this, please don't do it if you're driving a car. All of those like normal things, right? But I'm going to guide you through the next few moments of peace and mindfulness. We're going to spend a few minutes relaxing your body and mind and connecting to self-compassion. Get into a comfortable position, wherever this may be for you, and close your eyes when you're ready. So let's go. As you're listening, I'm going to be reading this self-compassion that I've developed for you, and so bear with me. You deserve this brave you time in your day to thoroughly focus on self-compassion, to accept yourself for any limitations, mistakes you think you have made, and to increase resilience during times of challenging emotions. Dr. Kristin Neff, a leading expert on self-compassion, defines self-compassion as mindfulness, common humanity, and self-kindness. I'll be integrating these principles into the meditation to help us calm our minds and bodies and be present for ourselves and our kiddos. The first few minutes will take some time to relax you fully and help you notice your breathing. I invite you to explore breath work and imagery. This technique can be used anytime you need a quick break. So get comfortable and imagine yourself in a peaceful space. Your backyard, a tropical beach, a mountain spa resort, Disney, or on a boat in the middle of a lake. Wherever this may be for you, start to see yourself relaxing. Now, breathe in pink cleansing light from the crown of your head and imagine this pink light making its way through your body to cleanse your energy. As you breathe out, imagine the cleansing light exiting your feet into the ground, clearing out any negative energy or bad vibes you may feel in your body. Repeat this for 3 more breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Notice that your body's starting to relax from the tips of your toes to the crown of your head. Let your body relax fully into the space around you. Relax your feet and toes. Relax your calves. Relax your legs. Relax your midsection, hips, and thighs. Relax your stomach. Relax your chest and back. Relax your arms and hands. Relax your neck and shoulders. And lastly, relax your face and head. Now let's take a journey to imagine a memory you have of a time that you weren't so kind to yourself, where you may have judged yourself, you may have blamed yourself for something that wasn't your fault, or thought you could have done something different or better, and really, truly, you just did your best. Think of this moment. How are you feeling as you think of that time? Now let's track it back. What thoughts are you thinking? Where do you feel those feelings in your body? Perhaps your chest is tight from anxiety. Perhaps you feel sad or you're angry and tense. Breathe the pink light into those areas of the body where you feel those feelings. And let the light wash away through your body into the ground. Next, let's think about how we can change any negative thoughts to replace those with more realistic, hopeful thoughts. Thoughts create feelings. So think about how everyone makes a mistake every now and then, that we sometimes are impulsive and we say things we don't mean, or maybe we don't always succeed when we try the first time. The goal is to focus on gentle tone towards this moment. Lastly, incorporate self-kindness, love, and acceptance. It's okay to make mistakes. This is how we continuously learn, especially during these uncertain and changing times. So shifting gears a bit, let's journey into a time where you were supporting one of your friends during a difficult moment in their lives. Do you support them in struggles and tribulations? Think about how kind you were, how loving and supportive you were, how gentle you were. How else would you have described this moment of compassion you had towards your friend? What tone and language were you using? Now, to integrate these memories, think of the initial memory we explored, and I invite you to think about speaking to yourself in the tone and language you used with your friend during that difficult time. Use compassion and kindness in the same voice towards them and then to yourself. Thinking in this way can sometimes be easier for us as we tend to be more open to supporting our friends than ourselves. I'm hoping this meditation can boost awareness of the need for more self-compassion, especially during this time. Now, fully relaxing your body and mind, spend one more minute in this positive space of full support, kindness, and love for yourself. Take the time to be your own best friend. I will give you 1 minute. Okay. Now you will come back to into the present moment. Notice your body as it touches whatever's around you. Flex your toes, wiggle your fingers, and stretch out your muscles, whatever feels good to you. You can now open your eyes. Thank you for being with me during that self-compassion meditation. I hope you've enjoyed that. Reflecting on self-compassion is going to help you be able to get through your days, be able to help you be there for your kids. And I'm just grateful that you were with me on that meditation. So I hope you enjoyed it. So a huge part of the mindful mindset and self-love during this difficult time of COVID and adjusting to new routines is the self-compassion. So part of that is driven in mindfulness and meditation. So if you do not have a mindfulness and meditation practice with your children, I would highly, highly advise it. If you want significant change in your life and your kids' lives, that is absolutely the way to start. Okay. I could go on and on and on, and I have tons of different things that I want to share with you in these last few minutes here. But that is the absolute number one recommendation I have, because if you do not have the awareness of your thoughts and feelings, it's going to be difficult for you to implement anything I tell you to do. Okay. So you need to be present with the fact you're procrastinating. You need to be present, and you don't really need to do anything. I don't like that word, so I'm going to rephrase that. It would do you well to be present with your thoughts, to be present with your feelings, because it's going to really help you be able to dissect what's going on, not only in yourself, but with your kids, with your partner, with your family, with your coworkers, and with the world. Because there's so many messages going on right now out there that we've got to filter through that and prioritize us. Okay. To be present for your kids, you've got to be present with yourself, and meditation and mindfulness can teach you that. Mindfulness is and meditation is not about clearing your mind. It's about being present and in a non-judgmental way. Okay, so be present with what's going on for you in the here and now in a non-judgmental way. So if you have thoughts coming in and all of these things happening for you as you did that meditation, that's normal. And I would encourage you to do that meditation every single day, every single day. So I also have other meditations available. If you are a client of mine, I'll be doing some other meditations in my group as we go on as well. So, so we've talked about self-compassion. We've talked about mindfulness. We've talked about prioritizing yourself so you can be present for your kids, and teaching them the steps that they can take to help self-regulate. So, of course, you know, we're not going to be able to do mindfulness and meditation necessarily with a 2-year-old or, you know, 3-year-old. Some, you know, just some of these things aren't going to be possible. So what we can do, though, is we can do yoga. We can teach our kids what we're doing. We can tell them, because then that becomes part of how we model for our children what to do with their time. So a 2-3-year-old is going to grow up in a society that is very different. And, you know, for our teens, for our older children, they are going through a time of transition and need stability, right? They need routine, they need structure, and mindfulness and meditation will teach them that. I practice it for 8 years. I meditate daily. I practice mindfulness every single day, all day long, in one way or another. And I definitely have noticed that I am more anxious this week. It has been a difficult time for some people in my family financially. There have been businesses that have been ruined by this. And so thankfully, there are some things in place for small businesses now. And, you know, that's a whole nother story. But for me, I've noticed that my relationships are being not only challenged, but strengthened. And so you can see this as a time to, you know, rethink the way that your brain is wired to think, especially if you have been through trauma, that you are in control. Mindfulness and meditation can teach you to be in control and aware, and just to observe what's going on, step back. The other thing I would say, you want to focus on mindful mindset and self-love, please follow a limited technology exposure, okay? You want to get off technology, be off Facebook, be off the news, be off like all of that, and just breathe, spend time with yourself, read, do all these things we're telling our kids to do. Like, model for them what to do. Get out, like, start a new craft, do a puzzle with them, bake, cook new things. Like yesterday, I made corned beef. I've literally never ever made that in my life. I'm Irish, okay? Never made it. Sorry, bad Irish. But my boyfriend and I were together. We didn't have the kids, so he said it was my best work yet. So I don't know. Thank you, COVID. Thank you, COVID, for teaching me that, like, I can actually cook corned beef, and it took me 2 hours to do it. Solid 2 hours. It was corned beef, cabbage, and potatoes, and that's it. That's it. And the little spice packet. That was it. Kind of crazy. Amazing. It was delicious. So, you know, it's really teaching me to be present, to appreciate things, and to be grateful. I could go on and on about this, you guys. I could go on and on. But the number one thing that I want you to remember is to prioritize you. And so what I've done, I have a self-love mini challenge that I offer on my website, and I offer for free to my group, but I'm offering it to you for free today to access. You go to the link in the chats, and all of that is there. So it says free guide on the link, and that'll give you the link to my website where you can sign up for that for free. And so I want to give you a little sneak peek into that. So we are going to share my screen so that you can take a quick peek at what I'm offering in that. It's a freebie, and it's delivered through email. So there we go. So the first one, Here we go. I'm hoping it's going to work because the first time it didn't work. Like, if it doesn't work, I'll just kind of like, you know, show you a little bit of what it is, but boy, it's not working again. Oh boy, it's kind of crazy. So let's just see if I can restart it. Okay, well that helped a little bit. So, but that's not what I wanted. Oh my gosh, craziness. Bear with me. So, well then, it's just not working. So this is the DIY done for you self-love challenge with the mind, with the mind, body, and soul techniques. Before, I don't know what's going on with this. I'm clicking out of this. I'm going to stop sharing. So anyway, so you do get, you can go on my website, you can see what the PDFs look like. So it's a PDF, you download that, and the first page is the mindful mindset tips, instructions as you go through the challenge. The challenge itself has mind, body, and soul techniques. These 3 techniques are handpicked by me as the top techniques to help you stay focused on self-love. I would pick at least one from each of those every day to do. If you can only do one, you can only do one, okay? But the second page is a personalized blank page so that you can throw in ones that you really love. Post it somewhere visible for you and your kids to see, because that's going to be really a powerful thing for them to see you model, right? Remember that. They're watching you. They're watching how you handle this. So, and then the 4th page is a slew of tips and resources for you. Again, it's handpicked. I've developed, you know, several different things that I have told my patients and clients about throughout the years. And so, like, this is all like the best stuff. There are clickable links in the PDF as well, and it'll take you to, you know, whatever resources you need. So the other thing I want to talk about is I'm doing another free masterclass next week. And they're going to be, I'm just like, I get so excited and I get like these like crazy intense excitement butterflies in my stomach as I talk about this. So I just wanted to share that with you because I feel so passionate about this. I feel like now is the time to show up in such a big way for the world. And I want you to know that that's my intention. And today's training is absolutely free. There's nothing I'm selling. You know, I'm just getting you on my email list, you know, where you get more free stuff from me. So congratulations. But, you know, I do operate a business. I do see clients. And so, but part of what I'm doing right now is I'm showing up. I'm showing up and I'm using a lot of integrity and coming from a place of love. So what I'm doing is I put together a mindset training for you for next week. Different from this, it's focused specifically on self-love. And you're going to get a quick, brief training, a 30-minute training on ways to implement self-love. And there's an acronym that I use for it, and it's called AMP. And so you're going to use the AMP blueprint to help you on your self-love journey. And what I'd really love for you to do is to prep yourself to take my course. And so that masterclass I'm going to be offering, you'll get information at the end on my self-love course. And it's crazy insane, you guys. Like, it's crazy insane. I'm offering this course for $27 with 3 extra bonuses. It's a 31-day course delivered to you in little snippets each day to keep you accountable. And I like, I'm so excited about it. I have worked so hard on developing this for you so that it's easily consumable, especially now while you are under quarantine potentially, while you are not working potentially. Now is the time to do this. Now is the time to implement it. And even if you are working, even if you're not quarantined and you're healthy, this is the time, because things are changing. And the number one thing that we need to do is really, that would do you well, is to focus on self-love and prioritize you. Be present for you so you can be present for your kids. So So that the Mindset of Self-Love Masterclass is going to be offered next week using the AMP blueprint, and I'm going to be teaching you about that. So it's a little secret thing. You'll be getting more information as we go on in the upcoming week about that. So very, very excited about that. So that's happening next week. I'm not sure about the time yet. It was actually delayed. It was supposed to be today, but clearly the world has changed. And so I took the time to give myself self-love last weekend and literally focus just on my family, my daughter, my boyfriend and his family. We just spent time together and laughed and watched funny movies and just hung out together. So it was wonderful. It was nice. It was needed. So and here I am showing up for you now. So I love you guys. So if for some reason you have difficulty getting the links, I will post those below. I'm going to be putting this training out to social media. I feel like I was just going to offer it to my group, but I really feel like moms need to hear this. You guys need to hear this. Anybody who's a mom needs to hear this. And so and a need, again, like I'm really cautious about that word, guys. Like, it would do you so well to hear what I'm saying and to start to implement these things. And it's very easy. It's very, very easy with the resources I've given you. So thank you so much for coming with me on this journey today. 40 minutes of amazingness, and I'm sending so much love to you guys. If you have not joined my tribe yet, I'd love to have you. If you're a mom who's experienced trauma, it's just for moms who have experienced trauma. It is a very safe container for moms. So there's that. My free mini challenge is available. Like I said, free masterclass, another free masterclass next week, guys, another free one. And some other really amazing things coming, like crazy amazing. I'm so excited. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you soon.